This here is how a business is grown. This in and of itself, that's going to make you a lot of money. So people always ask, how do I get off the hamster wheel? If we're able to get to a place where we have the different pillars of marketing, different pillars of sales, operations, all the different pillars, and we're spending our time and attention on aligning them. So we know, okay, hey, we need 500 leads, or we need 1,000 leads, or we need X number of customers to be able to ensure that this business actually runs and actually grows and actually profits, so that someday we can exit this business and we can go and start becoming an investor. We get off the hamster wheel by over time solving the issues, so that we can go away from being the entrepreneur and becoming the owner, going away from being so far in the depths of the business, so that we can have more perspective and awareness of the entire business as a whole. That's how we get off the hamster wheel. Here's what I want you to do with this. You have it on a piece of paper. Now, what I want you to do with it every single week. So the best way to be able to do this, if you got a desk, put it above the desk. I don't have a plan on how to figure this out, okay? But here's all the shit that I got to figure out, right? If I want to grow, here's all I need to be able to figure out. And then every Sunday or every Monday, whichever day, you're looking at this, you're like, okay, what can I do this week? There's all the things you got to do to run the business, the phone calls and the sales and everything else. But you got to pick, okay, you know what? I think I can research that this week, or I can implement that this week, or I can do this week. All right. So every single week we want to have, these are the problems I'm going to solve. And then every single month, you want to redo this activity. Start with the anxieties. All right, here's my anxieties. Here's all this type of stuff. And then that allows you to then be able to take that and put it into 7-day increments. If you have a team, share it with your team to be able to have clarity of, like, you want to be able to go into a month, not just saying, the biggest thing most entrepreneurs do, they're like, all right, I want to make $25,000 this month. I'm like, okay, but if you keep doing that for every single month, you're going to end up burnt out, because you're not building a business. You just got to hustle. You're just hustling, which is fine. Do you want to be hustling for the rest of your life? Probably not. Then every 90 days, you want to do a full review, right? So you do it with your team. All right, here's all the problems we solved. Here's all the issues we have. And let's redo this for the next 90 days. Let's have the deep dive on this. My recommendation is that, this takes, 10 minutes, right, each week. This takes an hour each month, and this takes, half a day every quarter, maybe a day. Where you actually be like, these are the things we solved. Let's get it all out. Now, why does this matter? It matters because of this. Because this is the truth. This is a universal law, which is where your attention goes, energy flows. And so the problem most entrepreneurs have is not ideas. We have lots of ideas. It's not work ethic. Lots of work ethic. Most entrepreneurs don't have the whole lot of laziness going on. But it's because the fact that we are distracted and not present, that we don't solve the problems that are required to be able to grow a business. Because this here is how a business is grown. Right? This will tell you everything about how a business is grown. There's a problem, and we need to have attention on the problem. When we spend time, we have presence with a problem. What does it do? It brings awareness that then allows us to take it from being a problem, which at most, a problem is a victim-oriented mindset. An opportunity is an entrepreneurial mindset. So it turns the problem into an opportunity. An opportunity is something that we are optimistic and excited about to be able to do or create. The problem is solved. You implement it, time passes, and you just keep on doing the same thing. Businesses literally are on the planet. Entrepreneurs on the planet to solve problems. So people are like, well, I always have problems. I'm like, well, if you look at it that way, you're going to have problems for the rest of your life. Owning 30 plus companies and mentoring literally 100 plus entrepreneurs concurrently in my life. If I had the perspective that it was like, all right, well, I don't want any problems. You know what? I'd sell everything, go to a cottage in the middle of the woods and be like, yeah, I'm done. And I'd be super unhappy. Entrepreneurs solve the problems of the world. But the problem is entrepreneurs get fixated on the wrong things. And when they get fixated on the wrong things, how much money do I have in the bank? Instead of let me go solve people's problems, their business suffers. They can't scale a business that way. If you know you have a finance problem and you just ignore it, you're going to have a finance problem and it's just going to be bigger. If you have a finance problem and you didn't know about it because you didn't take the time and presence and attention awareness to be able to do it, same thing. That's the 6 pillars. If you want to deep dive into this, I highly recommend on Amazon going and getting my book, The Nuclear Effect. About 300 pages, should only take you about 3 hours to go through. If you want a deep dive on that, highly recommend that book. It's the most thorough version of being able to go into this. It's a little bit older than what I just shared with you because, of course, I wrote it about 3.5 years ago. But this in and of itself, that's going to make you a lot of money.